Yeah, you guessed it. It's another beautiful morning in East Texas. Time to get to work. This video is mainly going to be about this outlet here. What this outlet here is, it's for our septic system. One is to power the pumps and the other is to power the aerator here. In some aerobic, am I saying that right? Aerobic. Anyway, some of these septic tanks have a pump that will pump fluids out. If it gets too full, it'll pump them out to a hose, and I've shown you that hose in previous videos. Well, another one is for the aerator, because it blows air into the water, and I'm no expert on septic tanks. I'm learning. The last time I was on a septic tank, I was 11 years old, and that one there was actually buried. You had to dig it up in order to get to the lid, which yeah, it creates a cleaner build. But man, imagine having to get a surveyor and a backhoe and stuff out here just so that you don't damage your tank. I mean, I wouldn't want to hand dig it out. But anyway, okay, enough talk. I've been told I talk way too much. That's probably true. But anyway, you need to make sure that shut down the breaker before you work on anything here. The way to double check, yeah, you could plug something in. You know, I do that sometimes when I don't have this little device, and I'll plug in a drill and make sure it's dead. But this little device I bought at Harbor Freight, it was, at the time I bought it, I think it was less than 10 bucks. And all you do is push the button, it'll flash and beep once, and then you hold it up to the wire, or if the wire wasn't plugged in, you just stick it in the small slot, because that's the side that the live wire is on, and while holding the button, slide it in the slot and it'll beep if there is power. This here is very unsafe. As you could probably imagine, this is unsafe. Yeah, it's somewhat of an external outlet, but these are not meant to be plugged in and maintained plugged in. You know, they're for periodic. You know, plug in a trimmer or a blower or something, unplug it, close it back, because there are, or at least there should be, some type of seal here that prevents moisture from getting in there. But right now, the way it is with these wires, you see how this is in wall electrical cable. Okay, this here should not be exposed to the elements. This is an interior wall, okay, or conduit would work. This is actually like a schedule 400 PVC. This is not proper conduit. The proper conduit would be the gray, and I would use like a schedule 40, because it gives a thicker wall, more protection, more durability against this heat. But I'm not going to change these out because they're already here, they're already established. There's no water down in here because of the overhang. It keeps it nice and dry. Don't know what else is in there. But anyway, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to remove these ends here, because this cable here, it'll be kind of hard to see, but it's starting to erode away. And I'm going to get a close-up of that, because that is exactly what I was talking about. This is what the sun, the rain and stuff, and look, that is already broken through. That's just eroding up, and it's exposing these wires. And how long do you think it's going to take for that wire to erode and disintegrate like that? So I have to open up this box here, remove this here, figure out a way to get this connection made without having exposed wire here. I have a little bit of conduit, but that's Let's see what we can do to make this better. Here's what I found. I found a bunch of interesting critters growing in here. And we got some, like some wasps. We got some, oh yeah, there's a mud nest in there. I hope it's dead. I don't feel like getting stung today. A lizard, a dead lizard. All kinds of creatures in here. Okay, part of the reason why there were so many bugs and critters in here is because they got this this big open hole here, so everything was able to crawl in and fly. And so I'm going to remove this wire here out of here. This is the one that's all deteriorated. And what I'm going to do is my plan to make this much safer and much more up to code is I'm going to cut this and put a T in here coming out of the conduit, which is going to be sealed, and then plug in, because I don't want to do away with this, because I thought about putting a box here, a sealed watertight box, and just piping it into it, but I want this outlet to stay, so I've got to keep it somewhat like this. But what I'm going to do is all this wire here is supplying power down this PVC. I'm not sure which one goes to which, but this is all 20 amp wire, and it's going into a 20 amp, or it's going into a 15 amp breaker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this wire and run it up through this hole here, and I'm going to tap in right here. I'm going to use this kind of like a junction box, and I'm going to wire nut it, and I'm going to connect this one to it, so that this one is going to come down the conduit, and this is going to be the supply to this box. It's going to come down to this conduit here and come out and plug in here. And that one plug will feed this too, because these are very low amperage items, okay? And then I'll exchange this piece here for a real exterior protected outlet. I'll pretty much fix this danger here so that I don't have to worry about it leaking and causing a shock hazard or even a fire. So I'm going to remove this wire, remove this, and get this up in there with a connector. I don't have this, so I have to go ride to Lowe's. Darn it, gotta go ride. I gotta go to Lowe's to get this piece, and I'll probably record a little bit of going into Lowe's, just because I know some of you like it. Good morning. Get down here to plumbing. Yeah, we gotta go down to plumbing, which is over here. To the PVC. Since they use sprinkler line, we got to use a sprinkler line in the piece. All 1 inch. And there we go, 3/4. I think it's 1/2 inch. Probably have a 1/2 inch. So we're just looking for that top end piece that. All right, so I found my 3/4 T. They're way up here, and we were actually looking for them down in here where you would think they would be, but we found them up on the top shelf there. We got it right here, and we're going to need an elbow. I probably have this stuff in my my parts. Okay, because I'll need one of these as well. I do have some PVC, so I don't need a piece of that. So this should be everything that I need for that. Oh, don't want to forget. Don't want to forget, but we do need this. We do need one of these. God, I hope it's a 3/4. Well, I know I was panicking in the store, but look, guys, I got the right size. Woo! Oh, what a relief. All right, so I just got to gather up some tools, some extra wire, and then we need to get this going. I'll be right back, guys. Now this is going to be kind of tricky. I got this wire here. I got to take the end here off. That in the knee does not feel good. By the way, thank you very much, nature, Mother Nature. Okay, so I got this metal plug, and it looks like it's still good, so I can use this on a extension cord project or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that. That's still good. I like to reuse things. So now this one, I just gotta cut off this. Okay, and then I gotta go find some wire nuts for this here. But this is another plug that I can save. If I wasn't going to use this, I would get a box kind of like this, not this one, but kind of like this, and I would mount it just like that, and I would run the power supplying this to this. Here's the box that we got to go in place of that one that was here. This is just like I have down at the other end. It's an outside box, proper. And what we're going to do is we're going to mount it. We're going to mount it like this. Oh yeah. Oh, is it too early in the morning to be doing this or something? The weather too nice that I'm not quite with it. But anyway, yeah, that way. So we'll have to move this pin out of here and move it over to this side. All right, there we go. So now once this is mounted properly, we'll flip it up like this to be able to plug in like our weed eater or something. All right, not bad. Okay, we gotta swap that piece in here. This is universal. It'll work with the all sorts of different plugs. It'll even work for round ones, and that looks like it's for a switch. So yeah, this is a pretty universal box right here. So what we need to do now is we need to get these screws out of here. And see, that's the bad thing about working on an exterior box on a mobile or manufactured home with bumpy siding. It's because you can't mount to a flat surface. So that's why they felt like they needed to glop this up with silicone, which we will have to do something like that ourselves. But I'm gonna try to do it a little neater. Take some pride in your workmanship. I just noticed these little grooves back here that allows you to stick it on, kind of slide it on the screws, and that way it's a heck of a lot easier to get it in there. Amazing what happens if you just look at the instructions, huh? Alrighty, guys. Yeah, I'll still have to silicone across here because with these bumps, it looks like it may have sealed, but I'm not taking any chances. Well, once this is up like this, you have to pull out this little thing so a wire will fit in there. And then we just kind of get it plugged in there. Yeah. I just want to show you the difference. I had mentioned schedule 40 and schedule 400. Okay, this is schedule 40. This is what I use 100% of the time. I don't care how cheap I'm trying to be. I always use the schedule 40. Okay, here is the schedule 400. Same size, 3/4, but you see how thin the schedule 400 wall is? Imagine under water pressure 100% of the time. How would you like this one in your front yard running water your sprinklers? You are going to have all kinds of cracks and leaks. Believe me, I used to do it for a living. This here, I got the pipe right, what size pipe it is, but this end was supposed to be the half inch. So I hope you can hear me. My AC just kicked on. So I'm going to use this bit right here to drill out this hole. There we go. We're done now. Oops. You know, maybe it's kind of good I decided to pull this part out here because, damn, there's more. There we go. No, we got a good cleaning. We got a good cleaning. All right. So I wound up having to pull this off because as I thought, I can't get this in here with the box on. So I'm gonna have to pull it off away from the wall so I can set it in there properly. Okay. There we go. That's looking pretty good. All right, guys. So you always want to do a dry fit. You want to make sure that everything fits in place and you got everything that you need so that when you start assembling it and gluing these in, because I'm going to glue these, okay, and I'm going to use standard red blue glue. You know what I mean. It's usually Christie's blue glue, but this is something else. This is just as good. And we're going to prime everything up. We're going to have to disassemble everything, and then we will reassemble as we build it back up so that everything is glued in, so no water can get in here. That'd be great. It'll be great. Trust me, he says. Oh wow, sorry about not being able to finish up recording that. My camera got extremely hot, so I had to shade it. So what we've done is we have completely enclosed all the wiring so that it's not exposed. We installed a safe box here, and so now that's not exposed. I still got to seal around these edges because of the slop in the siding here, so we got to seal those up, make sure water doesn't get behind there. But for the most part, I can kick the power back on and we look much better, much safer, and we still have access to this here. So now we got a nice setup here, protected from water. Alrighty guys, well that will wrap it up for this system here. I just got to kick it on and everything's going to run great and the way it's supposed to, but safely. Until next time guys, stay safe, stay free, and by all means, subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.